Good morning, guys, and welcome to Thursday, tempo run day of week 18. Actually, in all reality, today was progressive run day, and there's a good reason for that, which makes good training sense. Humidity is not too bad, temperature was certainly nice, so can't complain there. I definitely had some hopes for today, but was kind of leaving it up to my body, so we did a progressive run. And there we go. Wow, 53 hours recovery time. There we go, 7.04 miles, average moving pace, 7:26. Any achievements? All right, back to 54. Honestly, I kind of felt that. And the reason I believe I felt that was because for the pace I was moving at, the chest pains weren't so bad, so I knew the heart wasn't beating as hard as it usually is. So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get my shower and get you guys caught up. Hey guys, good morning and welcome to Thursday. Progressive run day, not tempo run today. Actually, I did progressive run today. Week 18, my 16-week marathon training program. I just love that joke. It's, for those of you guys who know the story, it's funny. It really kind of is. But anyhow, before we get started, and as always, Thursdays are short days because I really need to get out the door. Our daily shot of wheatgrass. For those of you who may be new to my channel, a shot of wheatgrass is the nutritional equivalent to 2 pounds of fresh raw green vegetables. And so nothing like knocking out 2 pounds of fresh raw green vegetables in one shot, no pun intended. All right, so with that said, yes, today I did progressive run instead, and as to a tempo run. And the reason for that was because I don't really have apples to give you today, because as you guys know, last Thursday I didn't run. 2 weeks ago I had kind of done just an easy pace run for the distance, so I can't really compare. Not to mention the fact the temperature was 12 degrees warmer 2 weeks ago, and I didn't want to go back any further because, of course, hypothetically, as long as you're training consistently, there's going to be progress. And I know even 3 weeks ago, when I was running, it was more of a specific tempo run, as far as you might remember, first mile warm up, second mile 7:30, third mile 7:15, fourth mile 7 flat, and things like that. So the construct of today's run is a little different, so that's why we're really not apples to apples. However, I chose progressive run for one primary reason, and because, as you know, I'm getting myself back on track. I feel really good. Tuesday's run was strong, and Michael, thank you for sharing. I'm going to respond to you this evening with regards to the comments you posted. And so this morning I said, well, okay, do I want to go back to the tempo run as I had constructed it, or do I just kind of feel things out, see what my body has, and then build from there? So I went with the progressive run option. And for those of you who've never run progressive runs or don't do them regularly, my primary guideline is simply this. 1 mile warm up, and then second mile, in this example, my second mile is a 7:30 pace based on my level of comfort and where I'm at with running. So this way, second mile number 2 is like a progressive warm-up, because I'm not exactly going full bore, but I'm just picking it up a little bit more while still warming it up. And so then come mile 3, as far as I was concerned, was progressive. Get progressively faster. And as long as mile 3 was faster than mile 2, I'm good to go. So I let mile 3 go as it was. And for those of you who follow especially when you guys watch my Thursday runs, for some reason, maybe it's the elevation or whatever, mile 4 never seems to progress after mile 3, but mile 5 tends to do the recovery. And so that's kind of how today went. And shy of mile 4, every mile was progressively faster, and I felt good. And so with that, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got done today. Today 7.04 miles, again my typical Thursday course. Average moving pace was a 7:26. Of course, clearly, as you know, no 10K PR, that's fine. I spent 746 calories. I did the math on that. That breaks out to about 105 calories a mile. 72 degrees, not going to complain. Even with 25% humidity, wasn't really noticing that too much. So that's good there. Still dealing with some, still dealing with that lower back pain. I'm also dealing with what was it? I forgot which day it was, but I pulled a muscle in my, I think I was pulled it or strained a muscle in my quad, and so it hurts, and it hurts right here at the hip, and so I feel that. Yes, I sometimes sit there and I'm karate chopping my leg per se at work, or I've got one of the rolling sticks that I can show you guys next time. And so I am definitely working on it, but you feel that every time you engage the quad, so it does kind of throw off your game a little bit. So that would explain why. That would certainly explain why pace kind of seems to get weird a little bit. However, nice thing is, I would presume, and to be honest with you, I'm not 100% certain. You can see here, for the most part, I was holding a steady 186 pace and strides per minute. And this was even with the increase in pace. Now you've got me curious as to where on the course. Okay, wow, this happened early on. If you see the black dot at the top, that's the black dot at the top's half-mile mark. And before I even got to the first mile, I already brought my strides into 186. So before I even finished first mile, my strides already up there high at 186. So that tells me, yes, I was definitely running around the pain, trying to adjust my stride length in order to minimize the quad pain. So it was nice to know that while the pace improved, the stride for the most part was pretty flat at 186. So that makes me feel good. Oh, also, let's see. Well, we'll get into this real quick first. First mile, not too bad. Pretty strong first mile, 8:38 warm up, not bad. Again, second mile, that's my 7:30 mile. This is mile 3. This is my first mile of my progressive run. And then this is mile 4 I was telling you about. Mile 4, again, maybe it's because according to Garmin, there was a 19-foot elevation gain. Not quite certain how that goes, but maybe that played into it. Not 100% certain, but maybe. However, mile 5, bring it back down. Bring it back down here to 7:13. Mile 6, 7:05. Mile 7, I was pretty pleased with that because mile 7 was 7 seconds shy of the minimum marathon pace, which is a 6:52, in order to run a sub 3 or 3 hour marathon. So I was 7 seconds off pace during mile 7. Not too bad. I'm really pleased with that, knowing that this far into the run, I'm still able to bring the pace down. But what surprises me even more is this. Look at average heart rate. Average heart rate with a maximum, even the maximum truly did not spike that much. So heart rate was really on track here. Even towards this last little bit here of, well, not quite 100 meters, maybe at 400 to maybe 66 meters or whatever. That was clearly a marathon pace. And again, heart rate was looking really good. However, I still want to bring that down. If I'm going to run this pace here for the better part of 3 hours, I don't want to see this heart rate. This heart rate, although when I do find my VO2 max stuff, I'll show you that when I had it done, and again, you saw my watch, it says that my VO2 max is returned to 54. And assuming Garmin is pretty on track with what the actual testing device or testing equipment would tell you about at a sports physician's office, like what I had gone through. Assuming those are pretty close there. When I did that 4 years ago, my VO2 max at that time was 54, and at that time it was determined my maximum heart rate was 174 beats a minute, to which I could maintain that pace or that heart rate indefinitely as long as fuel supply was available, was abundant. And so if I can maintain 174 beats a minute for as long as I want to, that's all fine and dandy. However, even at 170 beats a minute, I would like to see this pace look like this heart rate before I race. Is it going to happen? I don't know, but I'd like to see that. And the reason for that is this. Well, you and I can go down the street at 170 beats a minute. Okay, that's fine. Can you do it for 3 hours? Can you really put that kind of stress on your body for 3 hours? Not only that, can you also, while running, replenish your fuel supply in order to keep 170 beats a minute a realistic, doable pace or heart rate? Who knows? I don't want to find out personally, because when you're trying to PR, there's really no room for mistakes or error or trying something new. And so by being able to run this pace, 640, even a 647 at a 163 or 165 heart rate, that not only gives me a larger margin to work with, because I'm definitely running fast at a slower heart rate. A lot of us, for those of us who run marathons before, and if you've done any reading, I've spent a lot of time reading articles on runnersworldmagazine.com, running.com, competitor.com. I've read a lot of stuff, be it from athletes or scientific studies, and we all know that, or some of if you ever read the data on elites, even those guys fade. Even those guys might fade, for the last 10K of it, to where they might add an extra 5, maybe 10 seconds per mile to their pace. That's to their pace. And that's only seconds. Now, I read years ago that the average runner can anticipate adding about 10 minutes to the second half of their marathon. So, you figure the second half of the marathon is 13 minutes. You're adding almost a minute to your pace for the second half. Why? Because a lot of us don't necessarily train the most efficiently and the most effectively, and we're going to fade. We're just going to fade, bottom line. So, with that said, if I could run for 3 hours at 163 beats per minute, the probability of fading is going to be less. Now, will I fade to some degree? Of course. Will I fade as much? Not as much as if I was running at this heart rate. If I was running at this heart rate for as long as I could, and then my body's like, dude, we need a break, my body is going to adjust its speed more significantly to help recover and diminish the stress I'm putting on it as compared to running at this heart rate. So that's why heart rate is key. As far as the lower the heart rate, the better for the pace you're running. So with that, we're going to get this wrapped up. All in all, shy of that, yeah, you can see cadence pretty, wow, actually, okay, 186, 188, not impressive, but considering, like I said, considering the pains I'm dealing with, I'm certainly not going to complain, because my legs adjusted the cadence in order to deliver the speed. So I'm all right with that. And even heart rate. You guys, I've always told you guys something about the first 4 miles, because after mile 5, heart rate dropped. Interestingly enough, this was my peak heart rate at a 723, and then heart rate got lower. Heart rate got lower as the speed got faster. Oh, sorry, not heart rate, my bad. Calories. My calories dropped as the speed got faster. So that's a nice thing to see. So and then last but not least, I'm going to wrap this up with this, my stats. And this is my the focus here, 4.6 on my aerobic training effect. And so for those of us who may remember, 4.6 is highly improving but not overreaching. So in all reality, in retrospect, I was pretty much right there on target, because you guys normally see me 5.0 with some of these runs, and so I'm clearly pushing myself to the max. Whereas this, I'm overreaching but I'm highly improving but not overreaching, so I'm right there in the middle. So to me, that's a good thing. Now granted, 65 hours recovery time, not exactly my friend since we long run on Saturday, But it is what it is. Will my VO2 max end up dropping on Saturday because I wasn't fully covered? It probably will. You'll probably see it go back down to 53. You guys have been watching. It's the nature of the beast. If I go into a run not fully recovered, the likelihood of VO2 max dropping is better, just the way it is. But that's what I've got for you guys today. Clearly, I'm back on track. The Jedi's returned, so to speak, and I feel good about how things are starting to progress. So I'm going to get this wrapped up so I can get out the door. If you like today's video, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please post your questions or comments below. I'll always address them. And if you're new to my channel, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I post a new video. Tuesdays, generally intervals. Thursdays, generally tempo/threshold runs. And Saturdays, always long runs. So please subscribe, follow me along my journey to my first sub-3 hour marathon. Until then, you guys have yourself a great day, and I'll see you on Saturday. Talk to you then.